Hi, I'm Daniel Blaze, managing editor of Mediabistro.com. In this part of my three-part interview with Kristen Baldwin of Entertainment Weekly, we're going to talk about all the biggest stories happening in entertainment and pop culture right now. This is Media Beat.
Look, things change.
Anyone with a camera and a computer
Right
is
now,
a good
so we
idea.
should pay attention
What's
to
the
where
user
they all
value
do.
proposition?
We evolve.
We're here with Kristen Baldwin. She's executive editor of Entertainment Weekly. So, Kristen, you guys just released your Entertainer of the Year issue.
Yes, we did.
And drum roll, it's Daniel Radcliffe. Why is this year his year?
Well, not only did he anchor the Harry Potter film series, which of course was a $7.7 billion worldwide franchise, and became the face of that character for so many moviegoers. He also had a really well-received turn on Broadway as a leading man in How to Succeed in Business. And, he's proven that he's going to have a career outside of Harry Potter. He's grown up on film. He's always remained a nice, very personable guy. He's never in the tabloids. People love him. And he's going to do a horror movie next, and people are excited to see it because they like him. So the combination of all those things make him a great Entertainer of the Year.
Okay, so he's at the top of the list, but in a couple of weeks you're going to drop the year-end issue, which includes some lowlights.
Yes,
some people
it's
who
the
did
best and worst.
Yes, so some people who did not have a great year, as Daniel Radcliffe did. What would you say was one of the biggest pop culture or entertainment letdowns of the year?
Certainly one of the biggest flops on TV, for example, was the Playboy Club. This was NBC's show that they brought in with great fanfare and all these sexy ads, and it really was NBC's attempt to sort of do a Mad Men type show, but it just was terrible and got pulled after a couple episodes. And it was, a real embarrassment for NBC because they had put so much marketing muscle behind it.
That period trend was big this year. What would you say is going to be big for 2012?
Well, fairy tales are big. There are two dueling Snow White projects, one with Julia Roberts, one with Charlize Theron and Kristen Stewart. Another thing that will probably be big, if Twilight is any indication next year, is The Hunger Games, which is the film adaptation of the hugely successful young adult novel series. And anyone who's read the books, which is pretty much everyone you know, is really excited to see it. The trailer was amazing.
Crib! I volunteer as tribute!
Jennifer Lawrence is cast as Katniss, and there was some debate whether or not she was the right person, but once we saw the trailer, it really seems like she is going to embody that role. So that could be huge next year.
Okay, and EW is known for lists, as I mentioned. You've got the year-end issue, you got your Entertainers of the Year. Take us inside what that process is like, because I would imagine that within the EW offices, there's a lot of fighting, arguing, debating for your favorites. How do you decide what makes it?
Well, it has never come to blows
Okay.
in my many years there, but we are passionate fans of entertainment and pop culture, and so yeah, there's a lot of debate. Usually the process is, first we solicit nominations, whether it's Entertainers of the Year, whether it's great performances, whether it's, the best action films of all time. We solicit nominees from the staff, the entire staff. Then an editor or two will sort of compile that list, and then a smaller group of editors and writers will meet and start winnowing down the list even further. And that's, usually the meeting where there's a lot of debate and some, heated exchanges. Nobody, it's entertainment. We're not, nobody's really like getting worked up about it, but, you're in a room with a lot of smart, funny people. So it's sort of like one-liner, one-liner, one-liner as people try to make their case and put down other people's cases. But ultimately, we are usually able to come to an agreement on, the top 10 or the top 15 or whatever the number is, and a list that everyone's happy with. And the other thing is that, lists might change. Entertainers, we usually leave a slot or two open until as late as we can in the process because, somebody might pop through and give a breakthrough performance or release an album, and that's something that we want to get in and be as current as possible.
Okay, and in line with that, in our next segment, I do want to talk more about what you're doing digitally, and I know you have a tablet coming out as well.